What's up, everyone? L here. I just wanted to start the series of Demon in Review. And on my channel, I've had a few Demon in Review videos, but from then till now, there's new experiences. And now, together on JS's channel, to just give all the information that's available upon certain spirits that kind of pull us or tug us to make videos for them. And so I felt like the perfect spirit I should start off this with myself is King Beleth. And I don't have a sigil right here, but I'll make it flash on the screen. And King Beleth was the second spirit I've ever done a pact with. Now, full-on pact, where I spent a whole year and dedicated all that time to a certain spirit, taking it to that level. And honestly, I didn't even know when I started the pact with King Beleth in the first place that it was going to be only a year. I thought it was just going to be as long as it took for whatever I wanted to manifest. And what I asked to manifest was so much, I would say it was pathetic compared to what I was given as an opportunity with this great king. And what I'm meaning by pathetic is his perspective on what I was asking and what I was really in search for, not just like what my ego at the time was, but what I was actually really in search for was a lot grander than just a small outcome to a situation. And King Beleth can be known for love and love spells and self-love and as well as anything else like from protection and even an attacking operation, anything along those lines. He can definitely help you out with along that, but what I was able to soak in through my experience in each month, if not throughout the month, having evocations and talking with this great king, but I had certain allotment of time every single month on the beginning of the month where I would sit and assess myself from what I was doing and how the month went. Where was I at emotionally, physically, spiritually, and assessing that with the king. And it would be kind of like he would see what was asking me what I would see, even though he had seen it himself, but he wanted me to make sure I was aware of what I was doing and the cause and effect and how I'd be grounded in certain situations. And of course, along this, there was some rubble, some shit we had to get through on the ship. You know, when you're on your mission, it's not always sun with the wind behind you. Sometimes you get some waves coming in and other attacking ships. And I had started off seeking the perfect woman for me. And that was what the desire was. But as I was going forth on this path working, I had learned how much none of that mattered. How what I was setting forth and desiring to do on this plane was bigger than any relationship I could ever ask any spirit for. Anything that was outside of the direction I needed to go, how much meaninglessness it was. And how staying forth and growing your fruits will help you not only be able to obtain anyone you want, but knowing your self-worth, if that person's even worth your time. Like, seriously, time is so valuable, and wasting your time with people who are not on the same caliber or frequency or long-term goals and objectives, cut it off. Don't try to mold yourself either. Cut that off. Like, this king was showing me how it doesn't matter about all this other bullshit. It just matters about me and what I really set forth to doing. And what would you rather have? this or that. And one path is success in every facet of my life and truly going forth as a king in this plane. And the other one is being okay with just having everything okay, settling and finding something that I can grow a love with where it works out for a lifetime. But then what does that do for the future of not only my generations and spawn of life, but every person's life who I can affect if I take the other path? And now, after a year, when I did the path working, I went from a warrior beggar to a warrior king. And having that fight to make sure you can always accomplish your goals no matter what, whether that's building alliances with the right people or you just knowing exactly the construct of your life on which avenues you want to grow and enrich. Like, building these foundations is what this king is going to show you and bring to you. And yes, with women, one woman about 5 years ago, I did just like some random open up King Bael's sigil and had it open with a drop of my blood, and I ended up meeting someone. It was a blind evocation in a sense. I mean, I guess it wasn't a blind evocation, it was a blind request, but just an evocation. But great fruits came about that, and I had a great relationship, but it in the end was just like another thing where it's like you have to see that eagle vision, that bird's eye view of all your decisions and how it echoes into the future and how it's going to set forth to build you, or how is it going to set forth and eventually be a pitfall, break, and then will that crumble into something else? Like, really making strategic moves. It's like your chessboard, you know? You could just start bullshitting whatever, but then you can get caught, and then it just becomes a waiting game to your destruction. Like, you have to be on top of it. So King Bael taught me self-love, self-improvement, and knowing the necessary steps it's going to take to chisel away the bullshit and help me see a grander vision than my own perspective at the time. So it was awesome. He's super badass. I definitely recommend you working with him. No matter what it is, you know, just having that communion, even if it's just what's up and just get to know the spirit, like, you will feel his essence is, for myself, there's really two different types of essences he came with. And one time, for the most part, it's like a gentle and yet stern king that knows and is asking questions, and it's like a philosopher and like around different books, and he's like, okay, like, gives you his time, but you know he's a busy spirit, you know. And then the other one was, it was just an insane warrior, terrifying fighter on a horse, just like a creature of darkness on a horse. Like, it was pretty hardcore. I believe during that time I was not following kind of the tenets I was desiring to build in my life. So I remember that he came forth like that, and it wasn't out of a threatening way, but it was a different perspective at the time, and it made me have these different things all interlined. Because when you work with these entities and you work with your higher self and your spirit, you see the synchronicities and that spider web that connects everything all together. Like, this spirit really makes those things come together. So if you're looking to take that step in your life, definitely open up King Bael's sigil. Use a red candle. You can just draw it. You can get a lancet, do a drop of blood over, and then hold on to the sigil if you've done your request, or burn it in there. Whatever the case may be, just do it the way you want to do it. Feel comfortable. You know, as offerings, whatever your intent feels like you should bring. And I didn't always dress up, but sometimes I dressed up. Right now, this is my half-ass dress up. and I feel like it would be appropriate, but that's just myself. And also, at the end of the day, it's like, well, how do you feel? Like, you're meeting up with another king, and you're a king, so who gives a shit? You know what I mean? So, always comes down to your perspective. So, thank you all for liking and subscribing to the channel. I look forward to having more of these type of videos coming up, and we have some awesome kits coming together that you will be seeing with Radionics gear, so that will be awesome. So stay tuned, and thank you all so much. Hope you have a wonderful New Year's, and we'll talk soon.